Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to continue showing you the user section here. In the last video, I showed you how to set up and create a user, how to assign permissions, and how to assign what areas of the application they would be able to view. In this one, I want to talk about something specific within each user section. So I'm going to go to just any user here. And let's go to edit their profile. There's a whole video that we're putting out that's going to talk about how to set up billable and cost rates for laborers, but I want to talk briefly about it here because it involves part of the setup process. For any user, you can put a billable rate, and I know sometimes that your office staff is not really relevant to the equation. But in any case, you can put a rate, assign it to a user for what they are billable at. Now, this will not fix it in the system. It will set a default. At any time, any person in the system can be billed at any rate as reflective against a job. So this is not going to be locked in stone. It's just something to put in as a guideline. Over here, the expense rate is something that is also subject to interpretation, and there's a couple different ways of doing it. For example, if I have a journeyman and I pay him $40 an hour, I can simply put that $40 an hour in here, and then in the reporting processes, it will reflect that as it tracks time and material and its related costs to the company. However, simply putting in the $40 rate there does not consider my overhead, doesn't consider my rent, my utilities, payroll taxes, a lot of other variables for which you usually have a fixed margin or markup. So if you want to get playback from the system that considers those, or at least applies kind of an average cost to it, then I would take the $40 that I put it in here, multiply it by that margin, whether that be anywhere from 35 to 42%, whatever yours is, and put that variable in here. So in my case, my laborer is gets paid $40 an hour, but his more relative cost to the company is more like this. So now what's going to happen when I save this and I'm running jobs and Ken here is tracking his time, as I'm showing my P&Ls per job, it's going to also consider my overhead. Now, your accounting software breaks this out in much greater detail, but it also, at the same time, it does not apply it or split it evenly between labor and material tracks, which is what 360 does, is it allows you to see it in real time, how things are happening as they're being tracked. So in this case, we're using an average cost. There's two different ways of looking at it, which I've explained one and the other. I don't feel that either one of them is wrong. It's just a matter of choice, and that you know how you have it set up so that you're getting the numbers you want from 360. Myself, I like to have a firm knowledge of the operating margin for the company, which again is an average, but it's anywhere, usually I find anywhere from 35 to 42%, and that I apply that to all material and labor items in the system. I apply that automatic cost markup so that they can factor into the tracking process. That's just a little bit more about it. As always, you're welcome to call us, email us, ask us questions. There's a lot of ways to do this, and we've built a system that's flexible and allows you to make choices as you go. So thanks for watching. We'll see you soon, and thank you for joining us for the Getting Started portion of these videos. Thank you.